whatever, screw it. How's it going, guys? It's been a long time since I've made a video. It's been a long time, actually. It's been a long time since I've done a podcast for Evan Van Ness. I'll just put it to you like this. When a teacher goes away in the summertime, he's got a big honeydew list to take care of. One of those honeydew lists was not be on the computer all the time. And, you know, my wife is kind of annoyed when I do this stuff at the house anyway, so I save it for when I'm at work on break. My name is jtnichol. You can find me on Reddit, jtnichol, and on YouTube, jtnichol. What else? Twitter, @ProDJKC. Anyway, I've had a lot of you guys reach out like, when are you going to make another video? And, well, here I am today. I'll be honest, for me, this is a kind of a pump piece, and I have a lot of thoughts I want to put out there and kind of kick off the school year with some ideas. First of all, I'm just a ray of sunshine. Wait, over here, right? Ray of sunshine, and on this side, I'm a happy little cloud. Do any of you guys even know who that is? It's Bob Ross, right? So watch a Bob Ross video if you want to feel soothed and relaxed, because I need that every now and then. Okay, where do we want to start? Let's start with Ethereum. Wow. Every bit of the good news that came through over the summer, well, not the whole summer, but like ever since we fell from $400, every piece of good news seems to drop the price down 10 bucks or more. You know, this is Bitcoin's bull run of its lifetime, I think. Even beyond the going up to 1,200 that first time. We are now seeing major money starting to come in, and I don't really feel like it's a bubble. I don't. Ethereum's just on the sideline right now as people are starting to really ramp up with the first mover advantage that Bitcoin has. I don't own any Bitcoin. I just have a serious problem with having that much centralization of mining, number one, and the amount of power being consumed. And guess what the price is going to do? It's going to make the demand for more mining go online. There was speculation that maybe the Russians were going to take some surplus energy and go into cryptocurrency mining. Wonder what that's going to do for the planet. And you know what? Ethereum's being mined right now, and I'm a miner. And, you know, we got all kinds of video cards whirring away. And we're still supporting the network, even though our profits are not great. But we'll repurpose those cards and sell them, and, you know, that's that. It'll get used again. Versus like ASIC mining, which is so specialized, it's kind of like a one-trick pony. But ultimately, proof of stake needs to happen. I think for cryptocurrency to fulfill its vision and dream, proof of stake is a major deal. And it looks like all the roadmaps are kind of lining up for that. Metropolis coming soon in September, October. I wouldn't even be surprised if it got delayed for whatever reason. I'm fine with that. Excuse me. You know, one thing that I feel like right now, I wanted to make this video because we saw this price dip down below 300, down to what, 282 or something. I haven't even checked the charts. This to me is buying opportunity. This is where the rubber meets the road, because if Bitcoin does correct a little bit, which I don't expect it to correct as much as some are, I really don't. I think crypto as a whole is gaining traction. I don't think it's in a bubble. It could be delusional. But I think Bitcoin, if it corrects a little bit, that money's going to find its way into other alternate currencies. And yeah, Ethereum to an extent as well. But I think Ethereum's going to rise on its own two legs against the fiat pairs, and not necessarily because Bitcoiners are rushing into something else. I think that the money that will come into Ethereum, it may take a year, but I think a lot of those members of the EEA, as the roadmap for the Ethereum protocol keeps getting sewn up, we're going to see some institutional moves that I think are going to just make everybody's head spin. I'll say it like this. Our price will double before it goes in half, okay? That's just all there is to it. So if you're convinced that $320 is the end-all, be-all for this project, good luck to you. Go ahead and sell your coins. There's plenty of us buyers here waiting for you. Okay? There's just such an incredible amount of money being poured into the development space on this project, and we're seeing a lot of other projects come online that are really going to shake things up. I'm going to talk about 2 of them because I hold 2 of them, and I want you to know that I'm not shilling because I'm not being paid to say this, but I do own these 2 currencies, and I'm really ecstatic for them. Let me see if I can do this real quick. All right. First one I'm going to go to is Funfair. Funfair was founded by Jez Sand, who created, I believe, the 3D architecture chip in one of the video game consoles of the 90s, I want to say, that did the game Star Fox. So I remember the game Star Fox, and I remember just feeling just so blown away by this idea of 3D. But the other thing that was really cool about that game was I thought the voicing was really good, right? It was pretty hard to get a human-sounding voice in there, and they did a really good job on that project. Jez Sand is a stud from way back, and he's got a good development team, and they have this thing called Funfair. If you see these coins OMG and FUN come on Ethtrader, and you need to understand these are not gimmick names for coins, okay, like tit coin or pot coin or whatever, which are really, I don't know that they have a whole lot of use case value. I could be wrong. But Funfair aims to be a premier casino online. And if you haven't taken a look at the showcase, whoops, I went on the wrong thing. If you haven't taken a look at the showcase, you really should. There's Jez right there. And I hope I'm saying your name correctly, sir. I apologize if I'm not. The showcase is pretty incredible. And you can play it within your browser now just to play around with it. But it's also ready for the Ropsten test network if you have the MetaMask installed on your browser. Okay? All right. So there's that. So you can go local here. All right. And maybe some of you have already seen it, so I'm not going to go into it any more than this. But yeah, when you click on any of these games, eventually you're going to be able to plug in FUN coins through MetaMask or Ether or both. Okay. And there you go. So it works smoothly. It's clean. The computer I'm on isn't exactly the fastest thing in the world, but you get the idea. Everything from table games to slots and more. Okay, so when you spin, okay, you've all seen Bitcoin arcades before. The thing with fun is it's going to move quickly, right? You'll be able to get in and out of games, and it's going to be much more fluid because it's on the Ethereum network and the Fun token. Now, I don't know if they've got I don't know if they're working on a side chain scaling thing, but I think there is something to that. I'm not going to speak out of turn. Yeah, here we go. So there's all the roadmap stuff. Check it out, no doubt. I don't want to know if I'm saying this right. Omisego. All right, I'm guessing that's how it's pronounced. Southeast Asia company. Omise is already in use. They have a company that has already had current customers, money remittance in Asia. Okay, Omisego is the OMG token for the Ethereum network. Now Omisego is going to have their own network eventually. Okay, so they're working on a scaling solution independent of Ethereum, but it's going to run right alongside with the Ethereum network, interoperable. Okay, that's important. This company is pretty undervalued, and if I'm not mistaken, their ICO was $25 million. Very conservative, right? In today's ICO world. So I have a lot of faith in this company. And you know, everybody talks about Vitalik being an advisor. Guys, the team itself is pretty darn good, right? This company was around in 2013, but their advisors also include not only Vitalik, but also Dr. Gavin Wood. Okay, Dr. Gavin Wood, come on, and Vlad Zamfir, and for what it's worth, Roger Ver. And I don't know if any of you guys even knew that. Okay, the other thing about these advisors, there was actually a bit of a problem a few months ago because a lot of ICOs were coming out and they would list Vitalik as an advisor because, you know, they took a picture with him in Singapore at DEF CON or something like that. Okay. they've corrected that. The development team now, if you appear as advisor on any of these associated projects and you don't have their consent, you know, that's an issue. They have their consent. Misigo has those 4 big individuals, and I can't attest to who the other individuals were there, you know, like Martin Breeze and Julian Zawadzkowski and all that, okay? I don't know them, at least I don't know them yet. I still like to go through and try to learn, but for right now, there's 4 names on there that have a lot of confidence in my book, not to mention the Plasma project. And you guys who are saying, well, Plasma, why didn't it bump up the price of OMG more, or the price of Ethereum? Why, you know, how come? Plasma is a long-term project too, okay? And just because there's news, traders, listen, man, just because there's news doesn't mean that it's automatic gains, okay? The market is still trying to do price discovery, as it has been since the days of $1 when I started buying in, okay? This is all speculation, except it's got a lot more meat on the bones. Just remember, it's Bitcoin's time right now. The dream of Bitcoin is coming true. Those who have speculated that it could rise as high as $10,000, you know what? Given enough time, it might. Even if it is the weaker protocol ongoing, okay? It just might. I don't really see a limit to how high crypto could go currently when the top 2 coins, Ethereum and Bitcoin themselves together, almost by themselves, are worth $100 billion. The entire crypto market cap in January was 20. So this isn't money that's coming in for a quick gain and then they're just going to pop back out again. Some people are, but too bad for them, because this is really starting to get mainstream feeling. If we get, you know, if we start approaching 200 billion or more, 500 billion or more, you can bet your butt there's going to be a lot more retirement portfolios coming online, and we'll see. Maybe somebody's going to get that ETF after all. Last thing I want to talk about is Reddit. I know I've said it, and I know a lot of people do it, but I just want to remind everybody about Reddit Enhancement Suite, okay? If you don't know what that is, add it to your Google extensions, because this can really help you get a little bit of bearings as to the who's who of Ethtrader, okay? Specifically Ethtrader, but it works across Reddit. Once you install this, you can start to tag individuals, make notes about them, color them a little bit. So I'm going to use one of my favorite people that I just met, who I haven't added to my friends yet, but I'm going to add him now, okay? And his name is Shilling Police. I don't know if you've seen this, guys. So somebody up here victimized whoever. People decided to profit, take a dump. Now the volume's insane. Great time. Jump in before it hits Chinese exchange. And then whoop, 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 whoop. Shilling Police. While your post looks innocent, it isn't. You are found guilty for shilling, and I have to ask you to leave this thread immediately. I mean, this guy's account is awesome. And I don't know who you are, Shilling Police, but I think you got more than one username in this thing, because you've been around for a while. I just get this feeling. So anyway, what I want to do is show you how to do this. So it's just kind of a little tutorial, and if you've already seen it, good. All right, Shilling Police. If you hover over a person, you can become friends with them, okay? And then you'll have this friends list thing going. Now, if you want to tag them, this is what I love. Set a tag. So his tag is, I'll just write in stop police, right? Whatever. And then I'm going to make him blue. All right. So now look at all these colors. Think about this. I use these colors to color code people. I use green for just perma bulls, red for perma trolls, not bears. Bears, I could do like maroon or something like that. All right. The reason why red, because I want to make sure that I'm not responding to somebody that I know is a known troll. Sometimes I do, but rarely I just let the karma take over. And I use navy and blue for things like shilling police. I'll use the navy for like local people or local to my area. Pink for ladies. There's not a lot of pink in here, but pink for ladies, and so on and so forth. White could be like, you know, developers, you know, all that. So I'm gonna make shilling fleece. Let's make him blue, like the blue line. Now here's a cool thing. See this source URL? You can actually copy a link address of a particular post that you want to be reminded of. Okay, and I can post that in there. All right. So now I've made my tag, and you can give vote weight, which I don't mess with vote weight. And then I click Save Tag. Okay. Now, when I believe if I refresh this, there it is. He's a friend. That's highlighted in orange. And I've given him a tag. Okay. All right. What's it say? Okay, whatever. All right. So let me make sure I got everything in order here. All right, now the next important thing, if you're on multiple computers, you need to back up your Reddit Enhancement Suite settings, okay? Go to the gear, there's res settings, and then res settings console, and then backup, okay? And I don't really mess with all this other stuff. There's so many things you could do with Reddit Enhancement Suite to tweak your, you know, the way things are viewed or whatever. And I back up to Google Drive. And I hit confirm. Now, if I ever go into a, I just gave you my email address. If I ever go into another computer, open up Reddit, and you know, make sure Reddit Enhancement Suite's installed on Chrome, or if you just sign into Chrome, it'll show up automatically. You need to restore it, okay? And that'll put your settings that you've saved anywhere else that you've done. And I do this stuff a lot. And then click Save Options. I have a lot of tags. So when I go through the daily thread, okay, when I go through the daily thread, I can actually see, you know, quite a few users that I've tagged. I'm not going to go in there because I don't want to reveal the tags that I have for some of you. It's overwhelmingly positive, but I just don't want to expose that many. I know shilling police isn't going to mind. I hope not. I gave you gold at some point anyway. Hopefully you don't mind, Mr. Officer. He's going to come and arrest me. Anyway, so that's kind of that in a nutshell with kind of the way things are for me right now. I think Ethereum over the next 2 months is going to pop up. It could break all-time high by Christmas. And if it doesn't, it will eventually. There's just no doubt. I'm in accumulation mode. I'm trading those OMG and FUN tokens. Some of them are long-term holds on those, but I'm using those tokens to accumulate more ETH right now. Okay. I don't have a lot of US dollars to throw at it, so I've been trying my hand at trading. I've been doing okay. Last thing, and I'll let you go. I appreciate your time today, is I'm making some t-shirts. There's a thread on Reddit where if you guys want to get a free t-shirt, if you're in Kearney, Missouri on the solar eclipse, okay, Kearney, Missouri, it's at the Jesse James Hunt Park or something. It's in Hunt, Missouri. You'll find it. It's real easy. Kearney, Missouri, solar eclipse 2017. You type that in. Next Monday, I'm going to be DJing. There's going to be 5,000 to 10,000 people in attendance. And if you're in the area, come and stop by the stage. I'll get you a shirt. You need to respond to me in the Reddit thread. Look me up, user jtnichol, N-I-C-H-O-L. In the Reddit thread, look me up at the show. But in the thread, put your shirt size. Because I'm not going to order a ton of shirts. You know, I really don't think I'm going to meet more than 1 or 2 of you anyway. But if you're able to go, hope to see you there. And a free shirt for you if you can make it. Either way, I'll be taking pictures and whatnot. It'll be a lot of fun. Anyway, big hugs from Kansas City. It's been a long time since I've done a video. I don't know how regular I'm going to be with it. I got to get my school year off to a good start, and I got to concentrate on my job. And I love you. And big hugs from Kansas City. Peace out. Take care.